Yeah, I'm sure.
Know what apostrophes are, because we done them I think in the first term, right? And we use apostrophes when we want to shorten words. So if you look at number 2 here, it says to show the omission of letters. The word omission means when you leave something out, when you omit something, all right? So for example, the word cannot becomes can't, and we are omitting the letters N and the letters O, right? So cannot looks like this, right? But when we convert it into the word can't, we're taking away the N and we're taking away the O. Same thing with won't, same thing with don't. But the apostrophe has another function, and this function is extremely important because we use it all the time when we talk, when we write, etc. Right? And this function will be asked until matric, and these rules don't change. The rules you learn now are the rules that you're going to be tested on in matric. How cool is that? Right? Okay. I'm just muting Brooklyn. All right, so the first rule. So there are a few rules here. There are 6 rules in total. The first rule is when we have a singular pronoun or a singular noun, right? But so guys, if you recall what a noun is a name of a place or a person, or basically everything is a noun, okay? If we look at, common nouns, house, tree, school, okay, we're going to look into that. So it says the first rule is to show possession of a noun. Rule 1, add an apostrophe s to the singular form of a word, even if it ends in s. Okay, so let's explain this properly. So just say you have a sentence like, I drive near the president's house every day. How many presidents do we have there? We have 1 president. But if I don't have an apostrophe, I don't know how many presidents we're talking about. We could be talking about many presidents or just 1 president. So if we're talking about 1 president, then I put my apostrophe before the S, like that. Okay? Singular means 1, right? Singular, the root word of singular is single, all right? And you all know what single means. Okay, the next one is, I like James's car. It doesn't make sense to just write it like this without an apostrophe, because James is the owner of the car. So how do we know he's the owner of the car? If we put an apostrophe and S. Let's look at another example. Right. Just say I want to say that there are mirrors in the house and the mirrors belong to the house. Then I'll put an apostrophe S after the word house. But just say I didn't have an apostrophe after the house. Then do I know how many houses there are? I'll assume that there are many houses in this regard, right? But by putting an apostrophe after the word and adding an S, I know that there is 1 house, okay? And the last one, who can tell me from the rule that we just learned, where does the apostrophe go? I visited Alyssa, grandparent. Alyssa is 1 person, and she is the owner of her grandparents in this sentence. So tell me in the chat. Write down the sentence in the chat and use an apostrophe. Guys, if you're using your computer, to use an apostrophe, you're going to press Shift. No, actually, you're just going to press on the apostrophe sign. Good, Vian. Well done. So, Alyssa, apostrophe S, grandparents. Okay, well done. All right, let's look at rule number 2. Rule number 2 says, but what if you have many owners? There's more than 1 owner, okay? So you want to show that many people own something. So for example, These are my sister's dresses. Okay. Now, if we want to say that I have many sisters and the dresses belong to all my sisters, then the apostrophe goes after the end of the word. Okay. So let's revise this. If there are many owners, right, to whom something belongs to, and if we just have a sentence like this, I don't know how many sisters there are. There could be one sister or many sisters. When I want to show that something is plural, plural means many, I put the apostrophe after the end of the owner, or the owner's name, right? In this case, the owner is sisters. And that's how I know. Let's look at the second example. These are my friend's pencils. Here we know that it is plural because the apostrophe is after the word friends. Write the sentence for me in the chat where the pencils only belong to one friend. So if you only have one friend, but those pencils belong to that one friend, where would the apostrophe go? Try again, Will. You guys remember from rule number 1, we said that if it's a singular noun, right, the object only belongs to one person, then the apostrophe goes before the S. Okay, so you add an apostrophe S to the word. So I'm just highlighting this. Okay, so we are on this sentence over here. Yes, and Wolf's correct. Well done, Wolf. So if we want to make it singular, we add an apostrophe and an S, like that. These are my friends' pencils. Bian says, friends. Bian, you're close. But if you're saying friends ending with an S, then that means there's many. Okay, but we only want one friend. All right, let's move back. And guys, we're going to do examples of this, so don't stress if you don't get it immediately, right? These are my students' test papers. So there are many students, so that's why the apostrophe goes after the S. Take note, right? This is a plural form of the word. So one student, many students. So it already ends with an S. Okay, so there's no need to put an S after the apostrophe. I want you guys to give me that answer there. For there is the ladies' bathroom. Where would you put the apostrophe? Because now we know that bathroom belongs to many ladies, not just one lady. So how would you write that? Well done. The apostrophe goes after the S, just like how we learned. And that means that the bathroom belongs to many ladies. Right? What if I want to say that the bathroom only belongs to one lady? Write that sentence out for me. Don't just give me the word, write the sentence. If I want to say that the bathroom only belongs to one lady, how would I write that? There is the space. Tell me what's it. I see that Dalen and Layla have checked out, eh? The bathroom is that lady's. Close, but no. I only want one lady. So lady is spelled L-A-D-Y. And give it to me in the same form. There is the ladies' bathroom. Okay, I'm going to wait for a few of your responses. Try again. And then if you guys get it wrong, I'm going to give it to you. Okay, I think you guys are a bit confused. So I want you to take this sentence that I've highlighted and give it to me in a singular form. So I'm going to give you the first few words, right? There is the lady bathroom. But show me that this bathroom belongs to the lady. Close, close, Vian. Just correct your spelling. Good. There we go. So ladies' bathroom, and because it's a singular noun, we have the word, which is lady, and we add apostrophe s to the word. Okay. All right. I'm deleting that because we don't need that anymore. And moving on. Right. Then, guys, we have something called an irregular plural noun. Okay, so we know that normally plurals end with s. One cat, many cats. One person, many persons. One school, many schools. But some plural nouns don't end with an s. They end with other things. For example, one salmon, many salmon. One sheep, many sheep. One fish, many fish. Right? The same thing with women. One woman, many women, ending with M-E-N, right? One man, many men, not men's, right? One policeman, many policemen, with M-E-N, okay? All right, so the rule for this one is because the word doesn't end with S, okay? Normal plurals end with S, but because this plural doesn't end with S, we're going to add an apostrophe S at the end of the word. So there is the woman's bathroom, okay? And we want to show that the bathroom belongs to the woman, so we're going to add apostrophe S. Why do we do this? Because normally a plural will end in S. For example, students, can you see it ends in S? But in this regard, these types of plurals don't end in S, they end in N. Right? And we will add an apostrophe S. Another example, there is the men's gym. Can you see we've added an apostrophe S at the end of the word? The policeman's orders, same thing, apostrophe S. And lastly, the fisherman's bait. I want you guys to show me where does the apostrophe go in this sentence. The fisherman's bait. You don't need to add any other letters, just add the apostrophe. Well done, Wolf. So that's all we need to do. Okay? Well done, Vian. Good. Okay, so it looks like you guys are getting the hang of it, so we can move on to the next rule. And today we're only going to learn 4 rules. Okay, so it's very simple, very easy rules. Okay, rule number 3. Add apostrophe S to the last noun to show joint possession of an object. So if more than one person owns something, right, then the last name, the last person in the sentence will receive an apostrophe S. Let's put this into action. We are at Todd and Anne's apartment. Can you see that only Anne has an apostrophe S? Okay, because it's going to sound weird if you say we are at Todd's and Anne's apartment. Because they both own the apartment, the last name will receive an apostrophe S. She is John and Sally's child. Can you see? Same thing. The last name will receive an apostrophe S. MTTC is Quibus and Kareem's school. Where does the apostrophe go in this sentence? Tell me in the chat. This is Quibus and Kareem's school. Okay, well done, Wolf. I'm just answering Dalen's mom here. Just give me a second, guys. Oh. Apparently my Zoom meeting is not registering for them. My ID. They say it's changed, which is very weird. Okay, let me just send them the proper ID here. Oh, because they're using the wrong one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, well done. So Kareen, right, will receive an apostrophe S at the end of her name. Okay, let's look at the last rule, rule number 4. Apostrophe should not be used with possessive pronouns, right? Those are basically words, pronouns that show you that something is belonging to that person or that thing. Because possessive pronouns already show possession, so they don't need an apostrophe. All right. So, for example, his, hers, it's, my, mine, yours, ours, theirs are all possessive pronouns. Okay, and we remember we learned this in first term. We said that personal pronouns is like I, me, you. Possessive pronouns is where something belongs to that person. So, for example, the pencil is hers. The dog lost its bone. The house is theirs. My car was clean. Hers was very dirty. All of these possessive pronouns do not receive an apostrophe. If you are if this is resonating with you and you're understanding this, tell me in the chat. And the last rule that we're going to learn today is that whenever we have inanimate objects are non-living things. All right, give me examples of non-living things in the chat. So a plant is a living thing, right? Person, people are living things. A rock is not a living thing. Good. Dirt. What else? Is air living? The air we breathe. Numbers are non-living. Paper. The air we breathe is not living. Water is not living. Soil is not living. Clay isn't living as well, right? If you didn't know. Okay, so all of those stuff are non-living. So whenever we have inanimate objects or non-living things, we do not, they do not form a possessive noun, right? A possessive noun is like Jane's car with an apostrophe, okay? So for example, the drawer of the desk is stuck. Here, we know that first of all, drawer is inanimate, it's non-living, and desk is also non-living, all right? So the drawer belongs to the desk. That's why the desk is the owner. So the owner comes first. But we don't need to put an apostrophe. So in this case, the desk drawer is stuck. Okay. That is the door of the car. We don't need to put an apostrophe again because the door is non-living and the car is non-living. So you just say that is the car door. Okay. You don't say that is the car's door. That's incorrect, right? Or it's not exactly incorrect, but it's just not how we talk, right? So we just say that is the car door. And I'm sure most of you talk like this already. Okay, and lastly, to wrap up the lesson, I'm just seeing someone sent me a message. Yes, yo-yos are also inanimate objects. Okay. Okay, so I want you guys, let's go through an activity and I want you guys to give me answers in the chat. So question number 1. So you need to change these sentences into a possessive noun phrase. And let me show you what that is. So instead of saying that is the house of David, you're going to say that is David's house. Do you see how you change the entire structure of the sentence? Let's look at this one. This is the shoe of the girl. Tell me in the chat, how does that become a possessive noun phrase? Miss, you're breaking up my Wi-Fi. Guys, am I breaking up? Okay. Tell me if I'm breaking up again, Samia. Well done, Brooklyn. This is the girl's shoe. right? And Brooklyn's correct in this regard because there's only one person, right? So it's singular, and because it's a singular noun, the apostrophe and S comes after the word. The pencil is ours. Now, ours is a possessive pronoun. So tell me, does it get an apostrophe, or do we leave out the apostrophe? The pencil is ours. Leave it out. Well done. Right, so guys, this is a little bit tricky, right? I made it tricky on purpose. So we're going to write it as, this is our pencil. Yeah, well done, Vian. This is our pencil. Okay. All right. This is the bathroom of the girls. So in this case, many girls own the bathroom. Tell it to me in the chat. It's plural, so where does the apostrophe go? Try again, Brooklyn. Because if you're telling me that the apostrophe goes before the S, that means that there's only one girl to whom the bathroom belongs. I want all of you to try. And just to recap for Dalen, so if the noun, a noun is, it can be anything and everything around you, right? If the noun is plural, then the apostrophe goes after the word, okay? The apostrophe and S. That is the girls' bathroom. Well done, Wolf. So I'm just copying and pasting Wolf's answer and putting it here. So in this case, guys, you see that the only way I'm going to know that the bathroom belongs to many girls is by putting the apostrophe after the word. Okay, we are at the room of the hotel. Now, both are inanimate objects. They are non-living. So we're still going to put it as a possessive noun phrase. We're still going to change the structure of the sentence, but we're not going to do something. That was the last rule we learned. And just attempt. I like how Brooklyn and everyone else is attempting on this chat. Even if you don't get the answer right, that's fine. We are at the room of the hotel. Okay, Wolf is very close. He wrote, we are at the hotel's room. And another way of writing it is, we are at the hotel room, right? Because it's inanimate, meaning it's non-living, right? A hotel is non-living, a room is non-living. You don't need to put any apostrophes. Okay. All right, next one. This is the house of Julie and Juan. Remember, when more than one person owns something, the apostrophe goes on the second name. So how do you write that? This is the house of Julie and Juan. Oops. Come guys, Samia and Brooklyn, Vian, Dalen. Let's see how you guys answer this. Well done. So Wolf says this is Julie and Juan's house. Awesome. Guys, maybe you're not answering me because the rules are colliding with one another. Okay, if you forget the rule, just tell me, then I can go back to that rule. Okay, so can you guys see how the apostrophe only goes on the second word right? Just like, let me go back to this sentence, an example here. So remember when we were here and we said that MTCC is Kobus and Kareem School, and the apostrophe only came at the second word. Okay, it doesn't sound right to say MTCC is Kobus's and Kareem School. Okay, all right, next one. This sounds interesting. She was the princess of the people. She was the princess of the people. Good day, Len. Brooklyn was about to answer. Yeah, just write it anyway, even if you are confused about your answer. She was the people's princess. Well done. Okay, so who does the princess belong to? The people, right? So the people will, because the people is the possessive noun, it will receive an apostrophe S. Okay, and guys, remember, I'm going back to this rule here. I said that irregular plural nouns that don't end with S, okay, you will add an apostrophe S at the end of that word, just like people, just like fishermen, etc. Okay, moving on. Let's ignore the sun's light. Okay, the bathroom of the men is on the left. How do we put that into a possessive noun form? The bathroom of the men is on the left. I'll give you a head start. The men's something is on the left. Good wolf, but you're missing an apostrophe because it's a plural noun. It's a plural noun ending in N, not ending in S. Well done, Dalen. Wow, you caught up and you weren't even here. Okay, so the men's bathroom is on the left. You see how he has added the apostrophe S after the word men. Okay, very good. All right, let's move on to one last one. Yes, good, Brooklyn. Okay, I'm going to highlight the question I want you to answer. The cries of the children. How do we put this into a possessive noun phrase? The cries of the children. Start with the children. Well done. Well done, Wolf. The children's cries. Okay. All right. I'm looking for other plurals that are ending with S here. Let me just add one more. Okay, the flowers of the plants. Plants is plural, so how do we write that? And it's a plural that ends with S. It's not a plural that ends with N. And I'm just highlighting it so you know where I've written it. The flowers of the plants. Close, Dylan. But I want you guys to ask yourself, who's the owner? Who owns what in the scenario? Do the flowers own the plants, or do the plants own the flowers? Good, Wolf, but where does the apostrophe go? If you put the apostrophe before the S, right, that would mean that there's only one plant. But in this case, there are many plants. So guys, let me give you the answer for this. The answer is the plants apostrophe flowers, right? In this case, we know that there are many plants because we have put an apostrophe after the word. But if we put an apostrophe before, like this, then that means that there's only one plant. But we know that there are many plants, so the apostrophe goes after the S.